The Dub Talk podcast contains language and content that may not be suitable for younger audiences. Listener discretion is advised. There will also be spoilers for various anime throughout the course of this episode. Please use caution in case we discuss a series that you haven't finished yet. Finally, the opinions expressed are those of the individual participants and may not reflect the Dub Talk podcast as a whole. Enjoy the show.
What's happening, everybody? It's your girl Gigi, and welcome to another episode of Dub Talk, the podcast where a bunch of band groupies get together and talk about the latest and greatest in English anime dubs. It's that time of year again where, yes, once a quarter I hop out of the shadows and get to host our Patreon episode, because all of our patrons have excellent taste that usually aligns with mine. Tonight, we are bringing you a dub review of a show chosen by OtakuAnthony that was voted on by our patrons. Given the BL music anime from 2019 that was produced by Studio Nano via Crunchyroll. Woo-hoo. Joining me tonight in the pit are two of my most very favorite bandmates, the ever so lovely Stephanie.
What's happening? If I keep headbanging any longer, I'm going to probably get a headache and get lightheaded. I should sit down.
Yes, take a seat, my dear. And the badass who never fails to amaze me with his music knowledge, Amon.
Hard rockin', yeah, hard rockin'. Rush is totally heavy metal.
Detroit, Rock City.
Jesus.
This is gonna be fun tonight. I am so sick right now. I did too much screaming listening to the Backstreet Boys concert lately, so this is what happens when we do that. It's too busy screaming at my Fuyu on my television.
Whoops.
And
Gigi's sick. I'm just getting over being sick. It's a fun fucking time, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Sick Squad USA. We'll try not to pass it to Amon over the internet. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, but you never know because, AI. We won't talk about it.
Who can say in this day and age, really?
Who knows at this
Also,
point?
I think we should start a counter for whoever's editing this. We'll see if this works. Of how many song title puns we are going to say, and then us stopping it to say who the band is.
Oh my god.
Before we started recording, Steph was like, yeah, we'll finish this one way or another. And I said, that's a song by Blondie.
It is.
Damn it, I missed that.
And then I sipped the tea, literally like Kermit. Put the meme in, Jackson, or whoever's doing this.
It's not me. I'm in the middle of freaking... At the time of recording this, I'm in the middle of montage in episode 300 hell, to which this is coming out after the fact. Man, fucking JoJo is wild. This episode.
We're going to talk about JoJo later.
Hell
I could probably read those tweets that I wrote about JoJo this morning at 6 a.m.
Nice.
But guys, I gotta tell you though, you have to wait for the encore at the end of this podcast. The encore is gonna be so friggin' spicy. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Like, I can't. This sounds like a really good lead up, but you have to stay to the end of the episode to see what we've got going on for our very, very special surprise. I'm super excited. I just got chills. It's either that or my fever. So we're
you are like curled up in blankets right now.
I am. It's 85 degrees outside and I have a Christmas blanket on. Deuces. Good thing we don't record in person. Look, I'm staying at home like a good child. I don't have the thing. We're good. Anyway, before we hop into our Knights of the Round Table discussion, because I have to be different than everyone else on this podcast, here's a short synopsis of the anime, lovingly rewritten from the Anime News Network Encyclopedia. So your boy Uenoyama is in a band, and while he's quite a guitar virtuoso, he's kind of lost his mojo for the moment. One day he's at school, trying to avoid it, as he should, all delinquents should, when he sees our second boy, Fuyu, asleep in a stairwell. Once he wakes up like Sleeping Beauty, Fuyu asks Uenoyama to teach him how to play guitar, even though he has the voice of a broken angel and would probably be better off singing. Uenoyama brings him to meet his bandmates, and thus begins this dramatic tale of love, lost, and the cutest damn dog in the world. Fight me.
Kodama!
Kodama, why are you so cute? I wanted one, and I'm so allergic.
Little fluff ball.
So, we're about to start the opening act for y'all. It's a cast list and a crew list. I hope you'll be entertained as I sit here and name drop about 13 people. First of all, guys, I feel like we need a drum roll here. Can I get a drum roll, please? This is music themed. Somebody edit that shit in. Thank you. Thank you. The director for this lovely, lovely anime is our rainbow overlord, the DILF whisperer himself, Mr. David Wald.
Yeah!
So great. He has also directed The Case Study of Vanitas, which you've heard us talk about on this program. He Torijime My Hero, which you haven't heard us talk about on this program, but that's my fault because I keep pushing it off. Thanks, OtakuAnthony, for making me do this. And Love Stage. We all know about the wonders that is Love Stage.
Oh, Love Stage. That was, fun fact, that was 5 years ago that we talked about Love
Holy
Stage.
shit, was it really?
Yup.
Lordy.
I'm so old. Y'all, I'm too old to be in the pit. I need to be seated with my drink, like some wine, not out of the box. This is how we've grown.
The fucking youngins are gonna look at us like we're old, like grandmas and grandpas. Goddamn.
You can just call me your auntie. It's okay. Our script writer, not really because the songs aren't dubbed, but the songwriters for this lovely fiasco are David Wald again, Marissa Lenti, and Madeline Morris. David Wald, who has written things such as School Live, which I've learned how to pronounce since the last time we did a podcast on it. We've also got Hitorijime My Hero and Love Stage. And of course, everybody's favorite, Diabolic Lovers More Blood. Cheers!
Yes!
This is how the obsession started. Marissa Lenti, they have written Actors, Songs Connection, which was awesome. Bloom Into You, and Kaze-san and Morning Glories, which when I looked that up, I didn't know that and didn't expect it. I know I did know that because I was on the episode, but I forgot. And then Madeline Morris has written such awesome gal shows as Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable, super cute, My Dress Up Darling, cuter, and The Flying Phantom Ship, which doesn't go with any of those, but I thought it was really interesting.
That's a good movie. I like that one.
But I say that just appeals to
yet.
Amon. That's really all that's for.
Like, just because I wanted to be a skeleton captain when I was a kid.
Man, this is how we live our lives, guys. The dreams, they never die. Our main cast for this anime, we have Mafuyu Sato, our broken angel with the voice, who's voiced here by Brandon McGinnis. I want to talk more about this later. Unfortunately, they do not dub the songs in here. So for the most part, he is not singing, but this is a speaking voice. You can also hear him as Lawrence Bluer in Black Bugler. Black Butler Public School Arc.
Bugler. I love that.
Dude, I've been watching too much One Piece, so I'm like Black Buggy. No.
Are you sure it's not Black Betty?
Oh, boy.
Oh, put a counter up.
There's one for the counter.
Damn, a lamb. But oh my god, I'm gonna lose my fucking music degree. Who sings that though? Who plays that?
That's Ram Jam.
Yeah. The only reason why I know that song is I have an ex that I was dating in college who was obsessed with that song. And any chance he could for like a solid like 20 minutes would have that on fucking repeat.
Oh, that sounds very annoying. I'm so sorry.
It does get
I'm
annoying.
sorry if I just triggered you right now. Oh my god.
Fine. I
That's
did it
so
to
funny.
myself.
I know. Okay. So he also plays Saku Otonomiya in Actor Songs Connection, where he does sing. And then the very first time we heard him as a lead, and that we talked about him, was Keita Amano in Gamers. This is me telling you to go through our back catalog.
Yes.
Give us views.
Yes, this is very appropriate considering, given his episode 301. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 300 episodes that you should really go back to and listen to.
Dear Lord.
Plus more with all the spin-offs, y'all. This got more side solo projects than the Spice Girls. Ooh, remember when Mel B did her solo album? Anyways, we have Ritsuka Uenoyama, who is played by Jessie James Greeley. You can also hear her as Tokoyami in My Hero Academia, Shun from Stranger by the Shore, and Steph's favorite boy, Subaru from Diabolic Lovers.
My favorite Sakamaki brother.
And now we're at the point where you can tell that I got tired because I kind of started picking out just random credits from here. We have my two best boys in this show. We got the older bandmates. We have Haruki Nakayama. He's precious. Don't hurt him ever. He has Rapunzel hair.
Haru is best mom. And I love him.
I love Haru. I love him. He is played by Y. Chang Yoongi. Can I do that? I'm sorry, Mr. Chang, if you would prefer to have the Y. He plays Gonsabura Tashiro in Sasaki and Miyano, Shu Iruda and Horimiya, and where we saw them for the first time, or heard, they played Daryl in Ai no Kusabi.
Oh my god, that's right!
I remember.
Oh my god.
You should all remember. Hopefully I can meet them at a con. I still got a lot of signatures to get on that DVD sleeve. Yes, DVD. Then playing the other best boy, who is a bad boy to end all bad boys. He gives love a bad name. We have Akihiko Kaji, played by Jonah Scott, who plays, also from Black Buggy, the public school arc, Herman Greenhill, aka Draco Malfoy on steroids.
Oh god.
Joe, aka Draco Malfoy on steroids from Skate the Infinity. What I just found out this morning when I was searching ANN, he plays Katakuri from One Piece, the leader who will not die with the mouth we do not see. And then where I know him the most is from Beastars. He plays Legoshi. Some say it's a good change, some say it's a bad change. That cartoon cipher video, I can't. That's all I think of when I think of Beastars now. I don't think of anything else. So we have Mafuyu and Uenoyama's orange-haired loud friend. His name is Shoga Itaya. He is played by Greg Cote, who also plays Ryunosuke Tanaka in Haikyuu. Check out that Dub Talk episode. Even though the dub is lost, you can still listen to the episode. Tsuyoshi Yamabe from Hitorijime My Hero, and my dream of all dream episodes that still hasn't come true yet, Mugi Awaya from Scum's Wish. Waiting. There is a girl. There's actually a couple girls, but we're only going to talk about two of them. That would be a couple. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Somebody.
Whoops.
I see
somebody.
I see you.
Thank
so
you.
long as 2 don't
R.I.P.
become, or you could say 2 become 1. I don't know what you're trying to go for.
Oh God, worse.
Spice Girl reference.
Wait, double meatloaf.
Oh shit.
We're here. We're queer. I don't even know anymore. We have Akano Kasai, who is played by Alexis Tipton, who plays Dominique in the Case Study of Vanitas. Kaguya from Kaguya-sama Love is War, which I've never seen, so this is how you're telling that I'm tired and it's 6:30 a.m. when I'm writing this. But she also plays my boyfriend's best girl, Reiju, from One Piece. This is all I watch lately. This is all I do. I'm sorry. I've become that girl. Thank you, David Wald and OtakuAnthony for pulling me out of that hole so I could watch Given again. Fuyu also has friends. There's one who's blonde and he talks a lot. His name is Hiragi Kashima, and he is played by, oh my god, Howard Wang, who could do no wrong. He plays Uda in Actors Songs Connection. Not Uda in the One Piece film Red movie, but the other Uda, the That's Rough Buddy, that's that Uda. Speaking of One Piece, Ichiji, he plays Reiju's brother. And he also plays Langa the Canadian in Skate the Infinity, along with, oh my god, Howard Wang's so good. He's been to 2 little convention thingies here, and I've missed both of them. Aww. I'm sorry. I will come and bring you loads of cash to sign my crap. I know you're coming back one more time. The other girl we're going to talk about is Yayoi Uenoyama, who is Ritsuka's sister. I forgot his first name. She is played by Hayden Davio. Looked it up. Who also plays Nobuko Ishihara from Lovely Complex, Priestess, and Goblin Slayer. And the reason that I watch Pokemon, they play Marnie, the best girl. Everyone, you can all fight me. We have, oh my god, we're going to talk a little bit about the movie, so we're not really going to go into detail about the movie, but
oh boy,
this guy made the movie for me. Ugetsu Murata, played by J. Michael Tatum, who I got tired, plays Sebastian in Black Buggy, Black Butler, Irwin in Attack on Titan, and Ray in the Free series. You know, swimming, not free, like you can't
splash
buy, like there's no monies. We all did it while we were watching this show, especially the movie, I can't fucking deny. And then finally, we have Koji Yatake, who's the manager guy with glasses who manages this this live house, which is like a small concert hall. They are played by Kellen Goff, who plays Diavolo in JoJo Golden Wind. See, JoJo.
Hey!
Overhaul in My Hero Academia, and Sasaki and Miyano. There's 2 more bonus people we're going to bring up as we go along. But this is our main group, guys. Do we think that they can form a band? Do we think they have to go through auditions like we're on wow, if I fucking date myself and say making the band.
Oh,
O-Town for life. O-Town, I love you.
Oh, listen, the making the band reference, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing considering the shit going on with Diddy. But okay!
That was Lou Pearlman. That was, you're thinking of the second season of Making the Band. Which is worse. Which is worse. I can't decide what's worse, but you know what's not worse is this anime, which is really amazing. I love it so much.
Yes.
I can't even begin to describe to you how awesome this is, especially this is like a huge nostalgia trip for me because I did go to music school. I was in a band. Like, so much of this was just kind of like, oh yeah, I've been there. Like, I've done this. Like, oh yeah. Not the part where there's many parts of stuff that I didn't do, but when they were talking about like the distortion pedals, and I was like, oh, that is a good distortion pedal. I'm a nerd. What can I say? That was my thing every time when we did performances, I was like, more distortion. They were like, you don't need any more distortion. I was like, more distortion.
I need more. Give me more.
Oh, ding. Okay. Okay, Brittany. Let's
Here's
go.
the Brittany reference. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Where would you like to start in this beautiful pile of...
Man, where do we start?
Beautiful pile of stuff. I mean, I could start with like some technical things that I noticed, which doesn't really have anything to do with the dub for the most part.
Yeah.
Let's get this out of the way because this is the most annoying part of the whole experience of watching this for me. Was that I purchased this Blu-ray, and I purchased the Blu-ray for the movie, and I can't read subtitles while I watch the dub. and it's annoying as hell. And there's no closed captions, so I can't like find the little intricate jokes like I could normally do because they're just not there.
Yeah, the home video for release for this is very weird and different. Because there's
it sucks.
There's signs and text and shit, but there's no actual like subtitles. It's such a weird home video release for these.
That's wacky.
There's nothing on it. It's literally just the show, just the movie. There's not even an opening. There's not even a trailer. There's not even a burned in trailer for something.
Right, that's just so weird and kind of lazy.
What's happening, man?
It feels lazy to me.
Well, it's super lazy, and then the quote-unquote closed captions that I tried to put on while I was watching it on a Crunchyroll service that actually had closed captions. No.
They don't have...
No.
So here's the fun thing. So this is actually the first time I've gone through the entirety of the show. A couple years ago, when this show was W eligible, I got through halfway of the show, but it was hard to discern half the shit when you don't have the text translations on the screen and there's no option to have them on there.
Yep.
So it makes it difficult. Streaming. Like what the fuck did I just watch the other day? I marathoned while I was homesick, A Sign of Affection. And because a lot of it is through text, they freaking put in the work to put the, like subtitles in for the texts. But they can't fucking do that here. Like, I can't tell if it's like a budget issue or they're just lazy right now with how this came about.
I was like, what am I watching? A Sentai DVD from like 2010? Like, come on.
Right?
So there aren't sign and text subtitles on the blue home video for the series either. It's not just on streaming where it's a problem. Is that correct?
No.
So it is on the home video.
There is, so...
They're on the Blu-ray.
So on the Blu-ray, they have, like, the signs and text. What they don't have is actual subtitles. They don't have an option for a subtitle track to go with the English. If you want the subtitle track, you have to default to the Japanese audio.
Okay, that sounds like an authoring error. What the hell?
I don't know.
But they do it on the movie, too. It's the same. So they made the intentional error to not give me closed captions twice. I don't know, y'all. I like to look at closed captions when I do these podcast dub reviews because I can make sure that I'm hearing what I'm hearing and call it funny or call it awesome. Mm-hmm. And then if some people are like mumbling and I can't hear them, then it hurts myself. Like there's a line in the movie, like the best line in the entire movie that I literally had to rewind 3 times to make sure that I was hearing it correctly. And when I did, I was like, holy shit, that's the best line in the entire movie. We'll get there in a second. But I was just like, why did I had a good time rewinding it 3 times and listening to it 3 times over. But I was like, why did I have to do that?
Right.
And it's not even dub streaming. Like, I had to fucking dig the Blu-ray out to watch it.
No, it's very, very weird. I mean, I haven't watched a ton of the home video, like the more recent home video releases between Crunchyroll. So I don't know if this is just an outlier incident, or if it's the same across a few other sets, but my god, why?
Yeah, I only brought it out, like I only opened the shrink wrap to look at closed captions, and then they weren't there, and I was like, well, okay.
It's obnoxious.
That aside, when my experience was soured a little bit, the dub made it a whole lot better, because it's just fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But were we expecting anything else?
From our Rainbow Overlord?
Nothing he does could go wrong.
No, like anything that I have watched where David Wald is the director, you are in for a fun fucking time. Mm-hmm. Like, whether it is, because I know this was brought up when we were talking about Vanitas. He he's very good in directing two different things. He's very good at directing tension in a scene. But more importantly, he's very good at directing intimacy in a scene. That is very prevalent with things like Vanitas, with Stranger by the Shore, with Love Stage. That is very, very prevalent. And while Given doesn't have an exorbitant amount of intimacy type moments, it does have a lot of moments of, like, tension. And those are just directed phenomenally. Like, I'm just blown away with how amazing this man is as a director. And it makes me sad that he doesn't direct more things half the time.
I'm waiting. I want to know, like, the behind the scenes for this, because this was made in 2019, but it didn't come out till later. So this, I believe, was an at-home. I don't really know. So, like, if this was a dub at home.
It was eligible for...
I know I gave it some W's.
I think it was eligible for 2021 season. I believe.
Okay, so, yeah, that sounds about right. 2021, when my life was in complete chaos. Okay, I get it. So.
Great.
Yeah, that's perfect. I did give it some W's. I believe I gave one to Y Chang for their performance.
I think Y Chang was nominated for Viewer's Choice, if I remember right.
Well, they should have been, because not just because Haruki's my favorite character, because their performance was amazing. This show is like a show full of like opposites. You have like Uenoyama, who's like a little bratty, but he's like obnoxious, and like if he doesn't like something, like he's gonna tell you, like he's that loudmouth, opinionated kind of way. And then you have Mafuyu, who's very quiet and very shy and like doesn't open up until they get to a certain point in their relationship, other than he wants to play guitar. Yeah. Please teach me. Even if I'm annoying, I want to play guitar. We don't really know why he wants to play guitar until the series goes through. And anyways, but there's a lot of opposites too between Haruki and Jesus Christ, what's his name? Akihiko. My list. Akihiko, thank you. I just call him Jonah Scott in my brain. It's all right. Lives rent free. Because Haruki is, like, super nice and bubbly and, like, the mom and, like, takes care of everyone. And Akihiko is, like, the bad boy, and he's got a motorcycle, and he's going out every chance he can get with, like, random people. And there was one part, I think it was in the movie, where he's, like, getting out of a car with a girl, and the girl gives him a little smooch at the end. And then Mafuyu's like, did she pay you? And he's like, don't pay attention to that. And I was just like, oh, did she pay you? Like, what's going on there?
He's like, you gotta tell me, Kaji.
Yeah. He's fucking around sometimes with Uenoyama's sister. Like, it's all like, he's a bad boy, but we find out why. But there's all these,
Kaji's a piece of work, that's for sure.
Yes. He's great, though. There's all these, like, contrasts between these pairs of characters. Even with the best friends, I know I mentioned two of the friends, so Uenoyama has two friends, and then Mafuyu has two friends. The other two we didn't mention because they don't really talk, and it's just one of each pair that talks a lot.
Pretty much. The other two friends are Stephen Fu, I believe, and Joshua Waters.
Yes, they don't have a lot to say. The other two kind of overshadow them in everything, so... just a lot of contrast there. Mm-hmm. But it's good to have that contrast with the characters that you know is actually happening, and then you can like direct through it and write around it. I don't know. I just really liked.
So fun fact, because while you were talking, I'm like, I know why Chang was nominated at some point. He was nominated for Best Viewer's Choice for Best Supporting Performance in 2022.
22. My life was also falling apart that year. I get it.
That's no good.
And then I think Given might have gotten a nod for like maybe Dub of the Year or something else that as a nominee, but
I mean, it's a phenomenal dub. It's
Absolutely.
a shame that it's kind of been like swept under the rug.
And especially because like it's very interesting because Given has a fan base, a very huge and dedicated fan base, and it's like I think in terms of the home video release on this, the ball seemed to have been dropped a little bit and then just kind of swept under the rug, which is very sad because it's a good series and the dub is phenomenal. Like, why not like promote it a bit more? You know what I mean?
Where's the promotion? Like, especially like it's June right now when we're recording this. Like, it's Pride Month. Like,
yeah.
Where are the posts? Where are the gifts? Like, come on, like everybody, like let's promote the things that should be promoted all the time, but especially like during June. Like let's do something. Like let's write an article, anything. Like I was looking on ANN for some stuff and found like maybe 3 articles period, and I was just kind of like, come on, like. I understand this is very niche. It's a niche show. It's about like, a slice of life. It's got music in it. Music anime traditionally does not do very well. Except for Bocchi the Rock, but we won't get started on that train.
Oh boy. Like even then, like it is, I would think Given is more of a slice of life romance with music elements in it. So it's just very sad because, my God, it's a very well put together dub. Like, freaking, as usual, David Wald is a madman and a genius at the same fucking time. Like,
well, and
our Rainbow Overlord has done it again.
Right? Like, it got a series, it got a movie. There's an OVA on Crunchyroll, which is not, like, I didn't watch it.
Apparently there's a Given 2024 movie. I don't know if that's...
Yeah,
I don't know much about that one.
There's going to be 2, I believe. Someone editing, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's going to be 2 more. Like, this story's not done.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of, like, actually got started at the end of the series, and then after the first movie, I'm like, oh, can we just please? Just keep going right now. I don't want to wait any longer. 'Cause,
right.
Well, the movie is based upon the older couple,
yes,
Akihiko and Haruki, who I personally, I like them better. So I was like, oh yeah, this movie's great. They were like, you gotta watch the movie. You gotta watch the movie. I'm like, I don't have time.
She's like, I don't have the time. And Amon's like, would it help you to know that it's only an hour including credits? She's like, yes.
Yes. I literally watched it on my lunch break today. Like that. That's how it was, including the 3
There we
rewinded
go.
I was like,
listen, you need to have an entertaining lunch break sometimes, you know?
Coffee, tea, and Tatum. That's what it was.
Oh boy.
Cheers. I just I feel bad. Like, I wanted to get more promotion. And, I feel bad, too, because I've been so busy. Normally, this would be my thing that I would do. Like, if I still uploaded videos to my YouTube, like, this is what I would be talking about. So I'm like, oh, crap. Like, is this my fault? Like, is this free promotion? Like, that didn't happen? Like, because I didn't do it? Like, but then there's, so many other people in the world, like, that could have done it. Even, like, Brandon himself. Okay, so this is what I found the most interesting. So
are we going to talk about the covers?
Yeah, he recorded an English cover of the song in season 1 that Fuyu sings with the band, and put it on YouTube. And then literally all these comments were like, oh my God, 3 years later, you're the voice of him in the dub. And I was like, wait, let me check the date on this video.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought like maybe it would have been like what Amelie did when she played Uda in One Piece Film Red, which was she recorded all of Uda's songs because they didn't, she didn't sing in the movie. So she recorded all of Uda's songs in English afterwards and then put them up on Spotify and YouTube or whatever. I thought that was the case here. no, he actually loved this so much. I'm guessing. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You know, he's listening to this.
It looks like, because I was looking yesterday, it looks like he's basically covered essentially every song from Given so far, including also, as like, I'm assuming this was around the time when the Given dub was either announced or released, he released a cover of the song that Mafuyu sings in the movie.
What a fucking king.
Like, and he's really good. It was so good.
Yes. Mafuyu, bless his little heart, doesn't talk an awful lot in this movie because they want you to think, like, when he's singing this song, that, oh my God, like, the greatest singer who has ever graced the history of this live hall is now performing in front of us. And I'm, like, moved. Like, everyone, like, so many people are moved to tears. They're, like, talking about how they're crying. They're, like, grabbing onto their boyfriend's hand and just, like, I didn't know what to do with myself. Like, his voice is so moving. And this song that he sings at the end of the show is so moving that it has to do that. And so I guess to ramp up to that, he talks, but he doesn't talk like Uenoyama talks. Like, out of the 4 bandmates, he probably speaks the least.
Mm-hmm. He's a
soft boy. But I like that makes a huge impact. And, you know, it's a shame that he didn't get to sing in the show or in the movie. But I wonder, like, how that casting process went about. Like, I'm just very curious to be like, did you watch this YouTube video? Like, where did this come from? And then to be like, oh yeah, for sure, Brandon McGinnis, Mafuyu, like 3,000%.
Brandon is soft boy. I love the little soft boy. But, I mean, also to Brandon's credit, because throughout the majority of the show, Mafuyu is going through a lot of shit because his boyfriend's dead, and he was also the subject of these, like, from what it sounds like, these vicious rumors in middle school, about his relationship with, what's his face, Yuki? Is that the dead boyfriend's name, Yuki?
Yeah, it's Yuki.
Yeah. Like, all these rumors about him and Yuki, so he's he's kind of closed himself off. He says he doesn't know how to express himself, and isn't able to process a lot of things. But then you get to episode 9, where you have the song that he specifically wrote about his feelings for Yuki and his death, and then to Brandon's credit, he kind of starts to, like, bring Mafuyu out of his shell a bit more. Like, he starts to express himself, he starts to talk a bit more, he becomes a bit more emotive, both with the remainder of the show and in the movie too. And Mafuyu's just an interesting character because he also wants to continue to write songs that would, like you were kind of saying, help move people. The song from the movie is a very, very interesting example of this, because the song that was written in the movie is expressly about Akihiko and Ugetsu, because those two have been in a friends with benefits relationship for a long ass time. So it's very interesting. And Mafuyu, like, intentionally goes over to Ugetsu's house one day, and he's like, "Why are you here? Are you looking for Akihiko? He's not here." He's like, "No, actually, I wanted to talk to you." He's like, "Huh?" And Tatum's just confused.
Yeah. It's such a, well, it's not odd, but it's like, they both love each other. They both don't want to admit it, but Ugetsu loves music and his career more than he could love a person. So he doesn't want to give up Kaji, but he also doesn't want to let him go completely. So, oh my God, talk about some voice acting through this part. Like, he's in the show for a little bit, but like the movie is where both of them kind of really blow it off, and it's just kind of like, oh my God.
Tatum especially, I would say. Because in the show, you really only get Ugetsu kind of in passing a little bit. The movie, because of course this delves a lot into Akihiko and his story primarily, you really get a lot more from Ugetsu because of that.
Well, it was funny because I was watching the show with Chris. Chris is my boyfriend for all those who are just tuning in now. I know, shocker. We've been through this for 5.5 years. It's cool. Everything's okay. And I was watching it and I was like, God, that sounds like Baby Tatum. Who the hell is voicing Ugetsu? And he's like, I'm pretty sure that's just Tatum. I was like, nah, Tatum doesn't sound that young. And
surprise,
then I saw the credit. I saw the credits and I was like, oops. But there is a very noticeable jump in tone between like the series Ugetsu and the movie Ugetsu, because as soon as he was talking in the movie, I was like, oh, that's 100% Tatum. I never would have had any doubt. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh, they like that little just that little shift and like that tone of voice made such a difference, because, you know, Ugetsu's like obviously like 18, 19, 20 in his 20s, I'm gonna guess. It just, that little shift in time, that little space between the series and the movie somehow like aged his voice, at least in my opinion. I don't know. I thought that was a super fun thing to hear.
That's
especially
interesting.
When you hear...
That's interesting, especially because the movie takes place immediately following the show.
Well, they need to pitch...
I can hear a difference.
They need to change his voice up a little, so when he has that monologue at the beginning of the movie, it like really, really hits.
Yeah.
Like I've not heard Tatum in anything fairly recently. Not like intentionally, just like the things I watched have not been things he's in, or at least not in very prominently. So when I got to this, when we got to that manga, I was like, I know Tatum's a good actor. He's an integral part of many dubs I quite enjoy. But it was like, damn, Tatum's good here. Wow. Give this man an award.
Right?
Tatum's
fucking
phenomenal.
Tatum has like the one of two best lines. Okay, so I have two best lines, like writing wise. First line is in the series, and it's such a dumb throwaway line, so I'll go back to that one. But Tatum, I think, has the best line in the movie, and it's like in the first like 10 minutes. And you know what it is. If you've seen it, you know what it is. I don't really want to spoil it for you because I want you to go in and not think anything of it. And then you're going to be like, excuse me? What did he just say? And then fucking Akihiko pushes him down on the bed and you're like,
oh,
I think he did just say what I thought he said.
It's this scene.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
I was like, is it what I think it is?
So I was talking with my friend who's a huge BL lover as well. And I said, Dylan, have you watched the Given movie dub yet? And he's like, no, I have it sitting here on my shelf. And I said, you have to watch it. There's a line that rivals the one in Hitoriji My Hero that you fucking go nuts about. And he's like, okay, I'll watch it really soon. I know we haven't talked about it here, but there is a line in Hitoriji My Hero that like blew me out the goddamn room. And does every time I hear it. And this is one of those like room blower. It sounds really terrible.
Remind me, the Hitoriji one, that was from Dave Matranga, correct?
That was from Dave Matranga.
Okay,
yes.
now I remember which one we're talking about. Okay.
Yes. I won't spoil it for you because I want you to hear it, but there's like videos of it going around everywhere. But this is a good line. You fellow Fujo, you know it's there. I was like, excuse me?
Excuse hello?
Like,
sir?
It's good. And like their reasoning to get me to speed watch this movie, like before we recorded this episode, was like, oh my god, Jonah. And I'm like,
that was my reason to have you watch it, honestly.
But Akihiko doesn't say anything.
He doesn't really say anything, but also at the same time, he kind of goes a little feral to an extent.
Yes, that's his. I was waiting for the mailman to come also during my lunch break, and I was like, I can't have the mailman come while I'm paused on this frame of Akihiko in between fucking Haruki's legs.
Yeah.
I have to hurry and watch this so I don't have to pause it while I go outside to grab my Hot Topic package. Like, what do I do?
Quality lunch break entertainment, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell you, it got me through to 5 p.m. I'll tell you that shit. But no, Jonah in the movie does some amazing shit here with his voice, especially at the very end of the movie when I just started fucking crying because that whole thing with him and Haruki was chef's kiss. So nice. So sweet. I don't know. I love like getting to see like a second part of things. So like after the series is done, you're like, oh wait, we all get to come back from the movie and everybody's had like a chance to settle into their characters a little bit more. And you can hear it in all the performances and all that. Just, it makes me so happy.
For sure. What do you think, Amon?
Yeah.
The girls have been chatting for a hot minute.
No, I just couldn't find places to interrupt and actually interrupting you. God, where to start? I mean, as Tatum's really good here, like, phenomenal. What's something I wanted to bring up? I'm
trying to think of what we already talked about. Was there anything with Fuyu? Was there anything with like the staffing on it?
The casting on this is phenomenal. I think it's really this is really good. Both just like the casting all feels good all around, and I don't know how to describe this, but the direction on this feels less like an anime dub that I'm used to hearing on shows like this, and I don't know how to describe that. Some of it, really? I don't know. Some of it, I think, is. Some of it is like, I was talking about that Tatum monologue earlier. Clearly, he's benefiting from the fact that there's no like lip flaps to like match up to, so he can just act. We can just do a little more like pure acting a little bit. So some of it's stuff like that. I think part of it's also just David's a very good director, and I think he excels a lot at like natural dialogue. Like a lot of this benefits from like whenever they're sitting around like eating. It feels cohesive. Sometimes you're hearing a dub and it's like good, but you can kind of hear like the mechanics behind it. You can tell this is all recorded separately and mixed together, like that kind of thing. You never get that here. Like it sounds like 4 people sitting around chatting. Which, I think for a show like this,
I love that.
I mean, that's very important for a show like this. So much of it is the characters and their relationships. So that's wonderful.
Oh my god. Something that, oh my god, do you remember, Gigi might remember this, when we talked to David 5 years ago, didn't he mention, I can't remember if it was Love Stage or if it was Hitarijime, where he got the 2 leads into the same fucking booth? Maybe it was David and Austin for Hitarijime.
It was, I think, all 3. I think it was David and Austin, Damon and Alejandro, and then
yes,
Jesus Christ, Adam and Greg.
Okay, I think I remember distinctly the Hitarijime one, the conversation with Hitarijime.
Yep, I do remember those 2. I can't remember about the other one, but
I'm just bringing it up.
I wonder.
I'm just saying. I just want to bring this up. I'm like, I like. Can you imagine if they did this mostly recording from home, and Amon's like, this sounds so naturalistic. It doesn't seem like anything's really out of place with the dialogue. Can you imagine if they actually got everybody in the same room together? How much fun that would be.
I'm imagining 4 people crammed into one of those little booths.
god. The
Just
booth
shooting the
is gonna
shit,
be a,
grilling meat.
the booth is gonna be a fucking clown car now.
I mean, look, some of my favorite moments were of them just sitting around that cafe table or that the Korean barbecue grill or whatever, just shooting the shit.
Yep.
I love in the writing for this, like, all the nicknames that Uenoyama has. First of all, because I can't fucking pronounce it. So I was like, Maestro Yama? Oh my god, that's perfect.
Yeah. He goes by Ueno sometimes, too. Oh my god! Ueno called Mafuyu Mafi at one point. I just remember that. I'm like, that was the cutest little shit. And Jessie just plays that so nonchalantly. Because this is when they realize that their feelings for each other are mutual. And they get permission from Haruki to start dating, but keep it a secret and not that public. So, Ueno is just calling Mafuyu Mafi at one point. I'm just like, oh, there's a cute nickname right there.
Adorable.
I love the nicknames that everybody drops for one another. I think that's such, like, good camaraderie, and it's good writing, because these guys are all supposed to be friends. You don't want them sitting around, like, acting stilted or whatever.
Right.
My second favorite line, writing-wise, was such a throwaway line. Mm-hmm. And it's when Haruki's working in the coffee shop and Akihiko's there.
Oh.
And he comes in and gets a coffee. And Akihiko, like, puts it down and he goes, thanks a latte. And I
wrote that down as a note, too. I love that line. Oh, who the fuck wrote it? I want to know. It wasn't David, because I think he only did the first 4 episodes, though.
It's either Lenti or Madeline. I'm going to put my money on Lenti for that line.
Do you remember what episode it was?
We'll have bets.
Episode 6.
Oh, it was probably, I think it would have been Lenti then, because I think it was, Dave was the first 4, Marissa was the next 4, and then Madeline did the last 3. Something like that.
Thanks,
Put my money on Lenti.
Thank you.
Lenti. Thanks a latte.
Thanks a latte.
That's a good one.
Oh, man.
It's so good. There's so many little puns all over. And I was, today years old. Well, I was 2 weeks ago when I rewatched this, realizing that all the episodes are song titles. All the episode titles are song titles.
Oh my god! Wait, what?
Yeah, we mentioned this, remember?
Yeah. No. Time is running out. That's a new song. Song 2, the most obvious one.
See, I'm jealous. Well, that's the most obvious one?
All of these went over my head.
Gigi, I'm just saying, it really delights me that there's this lovely, well-produced, romantic music show, and one of the episodes is called Wonderwall. It's really funny to me.
Oh
personally.
My god! I should have gotten that one. Oh my god! I was not paying attention to that.
That's just that delights me personally.
Damn.
Well, I will say I'm jealous that you got to realize they're all song titles based on the one based after a Muse song. I got it because episode 5 is called The Reason, and like the Hoobastank song? Really?
Oh my god. How did I miss all of this? Because I know the Hoobastank song. I know Wonderwall. What the fuck?
You were so enamored with the quality of the dub that you weren't really paying attention to the episode titles and they showed up on screen, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I mean, you pull up all the titles. It's all these songs from the 90s, 2000s, isn't it? Does it go back any further? Now I gotta.
Hoobastank is early 2000s.
One of them, if Wikipedia is to believe, is like an old standard. But I think for that one, if that is in fact the song of the slightly generic title they're referring to, they're probably referring to the Bjork cover, which feels a lot more in tone with this than a jazz singer from the 40s. So
probably. That would make sense.
This is why Amon's on the episode, y'all.
Yes.
I'm here.
It's funny.
I'm here.
It's funny. No, I was about to say it's funny because this was originally gonna be a ladies' night, and then Andrew's just like, you know who you need to invite on this, right? He's like, you need to invite Amon because that motherfucker is gonna appreciate all of that shit. And I'm like, because I hadn't watched it yet. In the first episode, they talk about the 2 different guitars. I'm like, yeah, Okay.
You need me here because when Uniyama's talking about how he got into music and you show him looking at the backside of some CD and it says artistic monkeys in the Arctic Monkeys font, I can go, that's funny.
Oh my god.
I got that one. I was like, oh, that's definitely
too.
Arctic Monkeys. That's 100% Arctic Monkeys.
So
I know that.
I'm about to blow your mind. So thanks, Wikipedia. The majority of the episode titles and given are references to specifically British alternative rock songs.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Episode 9 is titled after the song performed in the episode.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, no, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say, does this make this the first time that Matt Healy has been referenced in an anime? Because one of them is named after a 1975 song.
Wait, really?
Yes, episode 4, I think somebody else is apparently a 1975 song.
Oh my god, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we got Boys in the Band, Like Someone in Love. That does remind me of an old song. Somebody Else, Fluorescent Adolescent. Okay. The Reason, Creep is Radiohead. See, I don't even know all these. Tumbling Dice.
Oh my god, Creep, duh.
Time is Running Out, which is a Muse song, but is Muse British?
Yes, they're very British.
Muse, yeah, they're very British.
Okay. A Winter Story, that's the name of my Fuyu song. Wonderwall, which is Oasis, and Song 2, which is Blur. So that's all of them.
I could tell a lot about somebody's taste in music from this. I know this guy. I might be this guy, frankly.
So I do want to bring this up, and I love, like, Amon and Steph, you were talking about the casting earlier. I love how there's so much LGBTQ plus representation in here.
Yes.
From the actors to the staff, like, love that.
Oh no, I mean that's also true. That's really also true with a lot of stuff that David has directed. Like he somehow, like, at least tries to incorporate LGBTQ actors into these shows. Because you have, in this case, you have both Brandon and Tatum, for example, they're gay and they're married in real life. You have Jesse, who's currently transitioning and is transgender. You have, I believe, Jonah's bi. Wai Cheng, I don't know offhand. But, like...
Sorry, y'all, we're not jumping into your private lives, but...
No, like...
We're making a point.
A good portion of this is public knowledge, anyway. I think Hayden is non-binary. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, like, a lot of this is already public knowledge. Unless there's the 5 of you that don't know half the shit. Which is always possible. But no, it's very, like... David has always been prone to giving opportunities to folks in the LGBTQ community, and it's very nice because in some ways and for some performances I think it helps elevate it, because some of those performances could in a way sometimes be more personal to them, if that makes sense. Like they might find something that parallels with their character, and which kind of helps push their performance to another level in a way. It's very intriguing, honestly.
I love that so much thought and care is put into all of these. The dubs David writes and directs. He wrote episodes of his own show, the ones that Lenti writes. There's just so much. Like, they're so good. And, like, I feel so awful that sometimes, like, these are just swept under the rug in favor of, like, the latest shonen of the week, says the girl who's only watched One Piece and this in the past 2 months. But don't listen to me, y'all. I got a problem.
When you were mentioning earlier, because, like, why isn't this bigger? Like, I feel like some of it is just that, like, the sheer glut of anime that comes out every season means it's just a lot harder for things to break through. But, like, I'm watching this and, like, I'm not going to say this should be, like, Yuri on Ice big just because that's a lightning in bottle that'll never be recreated. But, like, no, why is that not fan base also singing the praises of this? Like, personally, I probably like this a little more than Yuri on Ice. Just that, like, Yuri on Ice is wonderful, but I don't really care that much about ice skating when I'm not watching it. Music's the best. I care about this a lot.
I feel like Sorry. Yuri on Ice definitely was a lightning in a bottle situation, and then I think it's been a hot minute since I watched Yuri on Ice, so forgive me for this. I feel like I prefer Given over Yuri on Ice because of the more naturalistic take it has on love, relationships, grief, and everything compared to Yuri on Ice, which was primarily a sports anime. You know what I mean? I think...
No, sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. I was just trying to get thoughts, collect my thoughts before trying to speak, but you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, like, I think that's true in that, like, I mean, this is very obvious given the subject matter, but the anime this reminded me the most of was probably Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, and that, you know, not just because it's also about a band, but also because it's meant to be, like, it's a very, like, grounded, interpersonal story about people in music.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love that show. I love this show. The only reason this is not, like, 100% on par is just that, you know, modern licensing being what it is, they couldn't dub the damn songs. They know it's not the company or the dubbing people's fault. That's, like, stupid business stuff. And, like, alright, it loses, like, an 18th of a point. Like, it doesn't matter that much.
Listen, really you know for a fucking fact that if they were given the permission to get those songs dubbed, David would be on point with that. Brandon 1,000%. Would be down. Like, we already know Brandon would be down because he's recorded covers of the songs.
Clearly.
Like it's freaking bureaucracy shit.
I know.
I just had a flashback when you mentioned Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. Holy shit. That was... Oh, man. I just flashed back hard. Okay.
I've never finished Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, actually.
Oh, Steph. You gotta do yourself
I know.
a favor.
I have it. I own the Save Edition, which Greg Ayres has signed, by the way. Like,
I own the art box that looks like a speaker.
It's great. I love that art box.
It's like one of the nicest art boxes ever.
Isn't it?
It's just, oh man, that was a fucking trip. I think the problem that we had here was one of the problems that we also had with the Love Stage dub was that it came out in sub and then it sat for years.
Yeah.
This was a catalog dub.
Yeah.
This was this was a catalog dub.
That's it. Anime fandom is so focused on the new hotness these days that if you're even just like if you're like 2 seasons out of date, you're old news. It sucks. I hate it. That's why cranky boomer opinion. It sucks that this is how things are.
all our cranky boomer opinions now.
We waited 2 fucking years for Haruhi to come out in English, and we were happy about it. Damn it.
We were happy for what we got, motherfuckers.
We had to buy 4 episodes of DVD down at the Suncoast Video at the mall.
They're all MSRP for rental stores, so they're way too expensive.
Or we had to go on YouTube when it was barely a thing and be naughty, filthy pirates and watch part 1 of 3 of an episode of a show.
Yup.
And that was how I watched the original Fruits Basket in high school.
Girl, just torrent like the rest of us.
I was in high school. I didn't know torrenting was a thing until college. So.
Oh man, it's just like it's a shame because like literally like I bet you, and I don't want to mean this in a facetious mean way because I hope it's not the case, but I bet you if you look at the views of Brandon's cover of these songs on YouTube, they probably are more than the views of the dub of this anime streaming on Crunchyroll. He has hundreds of thousands of views on that fucking cover song. It's crazy. And that came out like right when the anime came out, like in sub only. And then we had to wait for the dub. And I'm not saying, oh my God, I had to wait. God, I'm so fucking privileged. I need the dub right away the same fucking day it comes out. I'm not. I am so grateful we got this dubbed. And I like flipped my shit when I found out that it was getting one, and flipped it even more when I found out who was attached to it. But I'm just like, that's probably a big reason why like nobody's talking about it.
Yeah. I just straight up looked up Brandon's videos for shits and giggles. So here's the thing. So the cover for Fuyu no Hanashi, which is the song from episode 9 in the show. It's currently sitting at over 763,000 views. To compare, Yogaakeru, which is the song from the movie that Fuyu sings, only has 96,000. And again, remember, that's the one that he was like, oh my god, given as a dub, I'm Fuyu. So it was around the time when it was announced or released, compared to 3 years prior to that. A couple years prior to that, I should say. It's 3 years as of now. So it's very interesting.
Yep. It's like, if it's hot, it's hot. It's going to be hot for approximately 34 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then everybody's going to move on to the next thing that they think is hot, which is a shame, which is why we have like that mashal TikTok bing bong dance or whatever that all the kids are doing.
Okay.
I think it's funny, but
I like mashal. However, I haven't even started season 2, and all I know from that is that fucking song, and it was on my like TikTok For You page forever, and I hated it. And Andrew one day, he's just like, "Oh, it's a great song." I'm like, "Bitch, I hate it. It's annoying. Make it stop."
But this is the world we're living in now. We're in like the TikTok universe, and everything has to be quick and fast and fancy, and nobody cares about the beautiful art and the beautiful sentiment we've seen and we've heard. These voices that these actors have had to portray through these audio tracks that no one, people aren't going to listen to because it's not on TikTok. Somebody needs to take that clip from the movie and put it on TikTok. Y'all know. Just put it on TikTok.
The fucking attention span of people nowadays is insane. Like,
well, that's what it is. Like, we're gonna sit here, and not today because it's not gonna happen today, but we're gonna sit here and record a 3-hour podcast about a dub when people could watch like the show on 2 times speed, with the dub on or with subtitles on while they're doing 3 other things, and spend less time watching an entire series of anime than they would listening to our podcast. Like, that's just how it is. I'm not saying that we're gonna we have to flip to that thing, but unfortunately that's how the attention span of the average anime fan is going these days. I mean, we're the exceptions, let's be real.
Yeah, because we're from an older generation of anime fans where like we love to sit down and appreciate shows. Like, I'm gonna say this, while at work recently, like, I've been listening to like podcasts and stuff in the afternoons after lunch and things like that, because for me that's when things kind of slow down. I have been listening to all the old episodes from Dub Talk, and there are a couple of episodes that I listened to where I'm like, fuck, I never went back and finished the dub of this show, or damn, I should rewatch this. Like Garo the Animation and Your Line April are 2 that I distinctly remember only watching a certain amount of episodes for the actual podcast episodes, but never finishing the dubs for either. So it's like, I was texting Andrew, I'm like, note to self, need to watch those shows when I have a chance. It's very, we're from an older generation that like, I guess kind of appreciates stuff more. Like, we do tend to be into like the big new thing, yes, but like, we don't forget about the older stuff. Like, we love revisiting some of that stuff.
We're taking it more as an art form than we are as just like something to watch while I'm cooking dinner and texting 13 people at the same time. Texting. Right. Sorry. I mean, Snapchatting. Oh my God. I'm tired of talking about how old I am. I'm depressed now.
Gigi, the new thing nowadays is WhatsApp.
People are back on WhatsApp again?
I
Jesus
guess.
Christ.
I don't
We used that when
know.
we were in Europe in 2016. All we used was fucking WhatsApp.
But
I hate life.
No, it's very interesting. And I think, like, also I think in our case as well, I don't want to speak for both of you when I say this, but I'm going to assume there's, to some extent it's true. doing this podcast has really, like, brought out our appreciation of anime as an art form so much. And not only that, but voiceover work as an art form. So, it's very, very, yeah. Them kids these days don't appreciate nothing.
To walk 5 miles in the snow. All right,
both ways.
Both ways. I'm gonna walk us out of the oldies station. Once I heard Backstreet Boys were playing on the fucking oldies station here, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I was like, are you
really?
shitting me? Yeah.
What the fuck?
90s. Oldies. The 90s are old. I was like, fuck my life.
I feel old.
I had that moment when I came back from college and found out the classic rock station was playing grunge. It was like,
oh my god.
Why is this I don't want that to be the world that I live in. Nirvana will never die. Let's not talk about it.
I know.
Nope.
Let's talk about some actors.
You know what we should talk about? We should talk about one of my favorite scenes in the movie, which is in episode 11. When Mafiu has just confessed his feelings to Unayama, and then we get to go into Unayama's head and see all the little Unayamas having if I read the signs correctly, that's really funny. Is a farewell party to Unayama because he's gonna get laid.
Yeah. Can I just say, I didn't either. Can I just say, to piggyback off of that, Jessie is the fucking queen of, like, over-the-top reactions, and I fucking love it.
Oh, yeah.
That and, like, the grumbles.
Yes.
Oh, my God. The grumbling in this show.
Yeah. I didn't think, like, because going into this initially, I didn't think that Uenoyama would have those more fun comedic moments, the fucking the chaotic gay moments, you know what I mean? And then you just see fucking the farewell party. You see Uenoyama like freaking the fuck out over silly things. And Jessie has that flair when she like performs those freak out moments where it turns into like normal to like a high pitched screech, like what, like that kind of deal. And Jessie is the fucking queen of that, and I just lost my garbage every time that happened. Uenoyama's just like, hello, what?
Oh my gosh. I love it. So, like, I know I've been talking about, like, how I don't watch anime anymore, but, like, I did marathon both seasons of Quintessential Quintuplets plus the movie.
Oh, man.
And I was like, oh, yeah, there's the Jessie Grumble.
Yep.
Yep, there it is again. There's the Jessie Grumble. And it's not a bad thing or anything, but just from, like, hearing it over and over, it's like, I can just pull it out of anywhere, and she's so good at it. It's like every time I hear Justin Briner, I automatically hear Deku in my head, and now I'm just like, okay, here's a Jessie Grumble. It's coming up again. And Uenoyama is supposed to be like the quintessential picture of teen angst. Like, you know, like he's into Brit rock, though. But yeah, he's like just a crazy, insecure about everything except his guitar playing, like, kid. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that, you know. I appreciate Jessie's performance here. I thought she did a bang-up job. And again, love the contrast between Brandon's Mafuyu, who I really do appreciate more towards the end of the series when he becomes a little more assertive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he's like, yes, we should go out, or I love you, or whatever he says. And he's like, yeah, like I can love again. Like, everything is fine. Like, it's going to be so great. And then they have to go ask permission.
Yeah. The roles, in a way, after episode 9 kind of end up reversed between Uenoyama and Mafiu, because Mafiu has been in a romantic relationship with another guy before. Ueno has not. So Ueno just kind of like is like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And Mafiu's just like, listen, I got you. I love you. Let's do this. It's so cute, actually.
It is.
But we gotta go talk to Mom first.
We gotta go talk to Mom. We gotta
get permission from Mom first.
Okay.
Dad's already fine with it.
All right.
Dad already knew. Remember, Dad had a hand in this.
Yes, Daddy was the matchmaker. That sounded so bad. I gotta stop saying shit like this. Fuck my life. Now I'm thinking of that one song, that matchmaker, make me a match. Welcome to my life. That's how it lives rent free. But it's not all, Guns N' Roses womp womp, because I know Alexis Tipton as Akeno is in love with Uenoyama and wants that for herself, and she tries to stir drama.
Yeah, she has the moment where she's in class with Ueno, and by this point she has heard the rumors about Mafuyu. So she relays those rumors to Ueno, and that's just like, for Alexis, that's just a moment where it's just like dark and kind of sinister in a way. And it's like, oh shit. It's like, what's a good comparison? Dominique from Vanitas has those moments, actually. Where she kind of just, like, goes, like, more serious, stoic. And it's just this tone of, like, there's this rumor about Mafuyu. Have you heard about it? Like, it's... God, she's stirring the pot.
It's good. I don't like to see it because, I love drama. Let's be real. This whole thing is like a fucking Degrassi episode on crack. More crack than usual for a Degrassi episode. Take that, you damn kids. Go watch Degrassi. God, I love you, Eli, or Craig Manning. You could pick whichever generation you like the best. Because Eli is basically a reincarnation of Craig Manning. But anyways, that's my fanfic, and I'm sticking to it. She's very, like, manipulating without, quote unquote, like, trying to have Maestro Yama think that she's manipulative, because she likes him. And if he's spending too much time with Mafuyu and she's getting that little itch to be like putting her little gremlin paws in there, girl, it's not gonna work. If he likes boys, it's not gonna work. Mm-hmm. But she has to try, I guess.
She's shooting her shot, but not the greatest way to do it.
I know. He could be bi. I don't know everything about him. But,
it's not expressly stated whether Ueno ends up identifying as gay or just bisexual. So
yeah, I don't think it is for any of the people. Everything is very open and without labels, and I kind of really love that about it.
The only person where you kind of have a hint that canonically they could be bisexual is Akihiko. That's the
true.
Only person. It's not expressly stated, but you see him with both guys and girls. He's the only one, but other than that, it's not really stated, like, sexuality for any of the other characters.
These poor girls in the anime, these girl characters, really just get the short end of the stick here. Poor Yayoi, who's in love with Akihiko. That girl don't have a chance.
Lady.
She's trying so hard. She tries so hard.
She's taken in by his big muscles.
And his bad boy attitude.
The rides to school on the motorcycle.
Yep.
Gotta have it.
Yep.
Gotta do it. Yep. I haven't heard Hayden in a lot of stuff except for Marnie, which I, love, but why would I not? Because it's Marnie. I thought they did very well here, because what's up with Uenoyama's parents? Are they just, like, absent? Like, we never see the mom and the dad, like, ever. I don't remember.
I think we only see the dad I think we see the dad once, and that was when Yayoi ends up depressed after the show and decides to cut her hair. I think that's the only time there's at least a parental figure involved. But I think the last time I heard Hayden in something might have been, it might have been I'm the Villainess on Taming the Final Boss, maybe? The one that stars Alexis Tipton and John Bergmeyer?
They
Gigi
all blend together at this point.
I know they do.
The blonde
but
one?
Hayden, the blonde one. The blonde one with the demon lord shenanigans.
Okay.
Where I think Hayden plays the protagonist, the quote-unquote Otome game protagonist, but that character ends up being kind of conniving and kind of evil. But the tone of voice for that character is very different than Yayoi. 100%.
Range. I love that.
I love it too.
I love that. I haven't seen the dub for Lovecom yet. I know. I did buy it. It's here in the shrink wrap.
We haven't bought it yet. We don't have it.
One day.
I had to.
One day. Like, the time that Lovely Complex was set to come out, we were in the process of moving. So, we didn't want to accidentally, send things to our old place. So I think we need to get that and the new Berserk release.
Yeah,
those are the two big things right now, so thanks, Disco Tech.
I'm right. I don't know. I really like them here. It was just kind of nice to see an older sister figure, but who is kind of a mom, but kind of not a mom, and also one that not a bunch of dudes were lusting over. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just kind of like that. Akihiko kind of blew her off, but then didn't blow her off.
Akihiko is a fucking enigma of himself. Let's be real.
I mean, he's got a lip ring. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know.
Akihiko, he's a bad boy and also bad boyfriend material.
Hey, but he's trying to change for his new boyfriend Haruki.
He is.
So hey, he's doing his best.
So hard. He's trying.
He's doing
so
his
hard.
best.
Man, Jonah here broke me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, well, now that he's moved out from living with his ex, it'll probably go a lot better.
Oh, probably.
Right?
A person to me who wants them all to have a nice time is you really should live with your ex. And the part of me that likes messy drama in my fiction is yeah, live with your ex. Yeah. This will definitely lead to more problems. Yeah.
Amon loves that drama. Oh my god.
Messy drama is fun. That's why I watch these shows. Do I want everyone to have a happy ending in the end? Absolutely, but not right away.
For Amon, it's about the journey, not the destination.
Absolutely.
Y'all, I hate to do this, except I don't in another David Wald dub, but I think it's time that we play my favorite game and yours, which is rate the sucking/kissing noises. We've done it before. I'm gonna do it again, because Akihiko makes a lot of them, which means Jonah and Tatum, shocker, that was the big reveal in the movie, made a lot of them together, and I was like, oh my. You saw the visual, and I was like, oh, Blue Lynx produced this. Oh, I get it now. They always have to do something like this. Blue Lynx, if you guys don't know, produces pretty much exclusively BL movies, so they can get away with more shit that's not censored on television.
I was gonna say, there was a moment very early on where it was oh yes, this is for a theatrical audience, you can do things here. Oh, this is why they're focusing on the older characters. Now I understand. Okay, good on you guys.
Yeah, because you have this. Well, hold on. I say because you have the two minors, but hold your horses, because Mafuyu does get some.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of specifically the bit where, like, Akihiko answers the phone and he's getting a blowjob at the moment.
Oh, yeah!
And I was like, oh, R-rated.
You right.
Yep.
And can I just say that fucking... Because that whole scene... I think it set me into orbit more, not for the shock value, but more because of the fact that Jonah is just nonchalant on the phone with my Jay. I'm like, wait, what? And meanwhile, Haruki's just like, wait, that's a girl. What the fuck?
Show yourself. Who in the Walla got that job? Tag yourself. I'm not trying to out you, y'all. I'm just fucking with you. No. I think that's like they're uncredited.
Thank you for your service, and I hope you get a nice fat paycheck on that one. Like,
but
hot
not
damn.
from Akihiko though, because that's fucking weird.
Not from Akihiko. Like, Akihiko does not pay.
No, he don't pay. Homie don't pay. It's fine. Love don't cost a thing, Steph.
Hey! Oh,
Bam.
man.
We taking it back. Man, I don't know. Jonah did some shit to me in this dub. I don't want to talk about it.
Jonah.
I definitely got the impression, at least while watching the series, of like, I've never read the manga. So, like, I'm not sure who the mangaka's favorite character is, but someone on this show really liked Akihiko. And I feel like David casting Jonah really stepped up to meet whatever not particularly subtle lust was sitting underneath the animation, you know?
Again, Akihiko goes a little unhinged and kind of feral at points. Like, damn, Jonah.
He drinks a lot. I mean, you know, sometimes he drinks a lot, and then he, like, wants to make out with Haruki, and Haruki's like, not like this. And he's like, oh. Okay, I guess.
Akihiko needs to learn that consent is sexy. A little bit. When it comes to Haruki. Because Haruki's just like, no. Not this way, buddy. Try again when you're sober and not angry at everything.
He does by the end of the movie. Like, it's just kind of like Yoongi brings this like little sweetness and like the big mom energy to Haruki, and it's so funny to me because Haruki has always been my favorite character, probably because of the Rapunzel references. Which, shout out to my first special thanks character. Haruki gets paid by being a hair model for somebody on like Instagram or TikTok or something. The voice of that hairdresser is my boo and not yours. My husbando Ian Sinclair. Claps. Hey. I was like, that's my boy. Oh, he's so cute. That's my boy. I love it. I got excited. I was like, there he is. Just like pointing out your favorite puppy at the mall.
Can I just add to the Haruki conversation where,
yes.
So, Haruki is definitely one of, if not my favorite character too in the show, ironically enough. And I think one of my favorite parts is actually at the end of the movie too, because throughout the whole course of it, you have Haruki who's pining for Akihiko, and who is the mom who has a lot of self-doubt, a lot of these moments, but you don't have a moment where Y-Chan gets to be more assertive, right? You finally get that at the end of the movie, though, where he and Akihiko are talking, and Akihiko's like, give me a chance. I'm doing all this because I want to be the person that you deserve. And Akihiko's like, not Akihiko, Haruki just tells him, okay, that's fine. And then he tells him, you belong to me now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, in that moment, I'm like, sir. Sir.
Mommy Lakes.
I'm like, Haruki, sweet summer child, where was this assertiveness, my guy? I want more of this now.
He has to know, like, that what he wants is going to be reciprocated, because you're not going to get that alpha peeking out until it's time.
Oh, Akihiko's going to be in for a wild ride now.
He better hold on. Literally, he better hold on to that fucking lip ring is all I've got to say. That thing's going to be ripped out. All right, I'm done. I love them. They're my favorites. I'm so glad you guys forced me to watch that movie in time for this.
Yes! Yes!
We figured you'd like it.
I was like, I literally played One Piece TCG for 8 hours on Saturday, and then I worked for like another 5, and I'm like, I just can't do it. I was like, I'll do it.
And then Amon told you the movie is only an hour, including credits, and you're like, I can swing it. And
I was like, I have an hour. What I get paid for. Worth it. I dropped my one special character. I'll drop the other. We talked a little bit about the dog. The dog is this little white fluffy dog. It's Mafuyu's dog. The dog is so damn fucking cute. I want that dog. I'm allergic to dogs. I'd like to congratulate Marissa Lenti for playing another pet who's so cute. I want to keep them forever. So claps. Standing O for the dog.
Tama, leave him alone. What did that? Tama, that's a cat's name. Well, the dog. Well, his name is Kodama. That's not the point, Ma, for you. That happened like
was
twice.
So cute. So cute. Love that dog.
That same
like,
conversation happened twice.
Did they dub the dog? And then I read the credits and I was like, they did dub the dog. Why would I not think anything else? Why would I not think it wouldn't be who it was? God bless.
Oh God.
Snaps in the chat. I want to touch on a couple more people before we sort of wrap up a little bit.
Can we talk about Howard?
Yes. Oh, girl, try and twist my arm. You want to talk about fucking Howard? Yes, please. I'll be here sipping the tea again.
Oh my God.
Howard Wang, who could fucking talk the phone book and I'd listen. The dictionary, anything.
Howard Wang, the man who's in the never-ending Prince of Tennis hell of his own choosing.
God bless him. Doing the Lord's fucking work.
God bless. We still need to do Prince of Tennis, just saying.
It's coming.
Anyway. One day. Anyway, Howard as Hideki. I think in terms of secondary characters, Hideki is probably one of my favorites. So, Hideki was friends in middle school with Mafuyu, as well as Mafuyu's ex, Yuki, right? The boyfriend who died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there seems to be, like, a lot of resentment and maybe miscommunication. At least you get that from the beginning. Where Hideki is just very angry and very, very, like, not aggressive, but maybe he's like doing some jabs towards Mafuyu a little bit. And Mafuyu doesn't really know how to respond because he's quiet little soft boy. But I think something that I really, really loved with Howard's portrayal of Hideki, was when you start getting more information about what happened to Yuki. Because Hideki, in his own mind, he's seeking forgiveness from Mafuyu for what happened after Yuki died. Because Mafuyu ended up kind of distancing himself because he didn't know what to do or what to say. And those rumors from middle school didn't help him either. And we find out that Hideki just wants his friend back, because the three of them plus one other, the fourth friend that's voiced by I think it's Joshua Waters, they've known each other since they were kids, and it's just it like, you in the beginning, it's like Howard is a jackass. It's like, I don't know if I should like this character. I don't know if this is like a jealous like lover or some stupid shit. And then you learn the actual reason. I'm like, oh shit. It turned into a gut punch for me. And Howard was just so phenomenal with it. It's just very touching. And then I find it hilarious during the live show, the first show that they do, and Mafuyu sings a song. And again, because there are a handful of people that Mafuyu went to middle school with who already know the story, and they get emotional. Hideki is one of them, and he bawls like a little bitch.
Oh, I cried when that happened. I was
Me
like,
too.
Oh,
I was like
what?
I cried during both songs, the one in the show and the one in the movie. I was like, shit, because you get all the lead up and the build up for what the song is about, so you get emotionally invested in it. So but no, Howard was just fucking phenomenal, man.
Howard was extremely good, because like, you're not really supposed to know like what this character is about. At first you're like, oh my god, is this somebody from his middle school who's gonna come to like beat him up, because it's kind of like, right, there's like a threatening aura about it. And then you're like, no, like, it's his friend, and he wants to reconnect and wants to like get past all this grief that's between everybody who was in that little group. So to recap a little, Yuki committed suicide. The reason why everybody is bullying Mafuyu is because they got into an argument, and he yelled at Yuki, and Yuki was like, Mafuyu was like, well, would you die for me? And then Yuki did. He killed himself, and so then everybody was like, is it Mafuyu's fault that he did it? And it's not. And Mafuyu has to work through that guilt.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean it. You know, they just got into a fight. Like, they loved each other. And he, just a normal, fight between couples or whatever, didn't think that it would go as far as it did. And so, everybody is kind of tormented by this guilt that Yuki's no longer with them. And just everybody in that little circle has to put through so much drama and torment into their performances until they can get past that moment, just like Mafuyu did in episode 9. Like, everything kind of changes, and you can hear it in the voices afterwards. So it's very emotional to hear anything from these guys from Mafuyu's old side of the camp. And then in contrast, on Uenoyama's friends, you got this one really loud guy who just wants to play basketball all the time and is like, let's go over, let's hang out. For Shoga, the orange-haired loud friend, that's literally what I wrote in parentheses to remind myself who this guy was.
Greg Cote is a delight in this, by the way.
He's funny. He reminded me of not the guy he plays in Haikyuu, but the other orange-haired guy. Hinata.
Oh, the one Hinata. That's Bryson, right? Bryson Bogus, I think.
Yeah. He reminded me of that character here. Like, he was doing his best Hinata impression, like, always very like amped up and like hyper and like ready to go. And it just, the contrast between everyone is just, again, I love the play and contrast. It just makes me happy.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I love that. And then Kellen Goff, who is like the manager with the glasses. I kind of thought that more would happen with that guy. He's friends with Haruki. And you see a little bit more of him in the movie. But I thought that he would be around more and that he would say more things. But I think the lines that he did have, like, help to move the story along a little bit.
I have a feeling, because Kellen's character kind of ends up being a bit of a plot MacGuffin in a way, because he's the one who offers the seasons at that point the chance to perform live during a show that he's essentially producing, and his band is performing live. I have a feeling that if more is adapted, and I'm assuming this is the same case in the manga, that he does kind of get to play more of a role, because in the movie, he's helping them with promo shoots, he's helping them get booked for like another venue, he's helping them in the show, he got a like music video version of the live show for the song that Mafiyu sings put together that they eventually upload onto like YouTube or some shit. So I feel like he like if more was to continue, I feel like Take would end up getting more to do, because he's going to end up helping now given much more help.
The manga's pretty short. I think it's like 6 volumes.
Really?
And it's done. Let me double check on this. I'm on Wiki. Give me a second. Sorry, it's 9 volumes.
That is
pretty compact.
That's still short. Huh.
Yeah.
Damn, all right.
Because I was like, I thought I bought it all. I was like, I think I have it, like all of it. Yeah, it went from 2020 to 2023 in the English print. But there is a spin-off series. Ooh. On January 30th, 2024, Given spin-off epilogue series, Given 10th Mix, premiered in the March 2024 issue of Cherry. Its events take place 10 years after the conclusion of the main series.
I wonder what kind of BL series gets published in a magazine called Cherry.
Oh my god.
Well, to be fair, it's CHERI plus. I'm guessing it's shitty.
I'm just looking on Anichar right now, the manga. I'm looking at the sequel. It looks like the main 4 are in this, but you also have Hiragi as well, so Howard's character, and then Shizusumi Yagi, which is the other old friend of Mafiyu's, and I believe that's Joshua Waters' character. So they make appearances in the new manga as well. So that's
it's just gonna keep going. We got 2 probably more movies coming, and then if this does well, we could have some more Blue Links. Get on that tablet, y'all. Start drawing. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Start drawing.
See, you.
Note to self. Seek out the manga.
You joke, but are they moving to movies because they do not have to deal with TV standards and practices in the movies?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
As long as they don't get canceled, I'm looking at you, 10 count. God, Blue Links, come on, just go buy it. Jesus Christ. Maybe Blue Links was the one that dropped it. I can't remember. That could not go on television. I was like, how are you going to adapt that for TV? And why would I bother watching it censored? Like, what is the point? Anyway.
It's going to be like those like, there's some fan service show a friend in college liked watching, not because he enjoyed it, he just thought the way they would censor around everything was really funny. And I feel like that's the only way you could really get 10 count on TV.
If it's intentional censoring, it's great. When it's unintentional censoring because of TV broadcast, that shit's hilarious.
Man, okay, so here it is. Given, on the other hand, Given Uragara no Sonzai, an original animation DVD, was released on December 2021, which is bundled with the manga's 7th volume. So that's that OVA that's on Crunchyroll. Then they got a movie, but I'm pretty sure they're getting 2 more movies. And,
not to say it looks like there's at least on Anna there at least is a page for a given movie that's dated for 2024.
Yes, it did come out in January.
Okay.
In for Japan.
Yes.
So there is more.
And there's a live action drama. Oh, it's actually on Crunchyroll.
I think there's also, I think I read on Wikipedia that there's a stage show too, like a live production.
There is.
So it's popular. It's popular.
Yeah.
I just, I will segue, but before we segue, does anybody else want to talk about anything specific before we go into the final plan, the final countdown?
Before we do, I do want to talk about my favorite line, because I'm a horrible sentimentalist. It's the end of episode 3 when Mafuyu is having his breakdown. Unuyama is like yelling / consoling at him, and at one point during that, he has the line which is like, "Sing for me, I like that song too."
Yes.
The most romantic shit I've ever seen. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yay!
Yes!
Like that, like.
Oh my god, are we converting Amon to the BL trash now?
Look, man. Look. I'm just. Sing for me, like. You're mentioning earlier how like there's not like a lot of scenes of intimacy in this series, but like that, right? Like, that's good. That's good.
Chef's kiss. Would you say that Mafuyu is Ueno's angel of music? The Phantom of the Opera is there. No. Inside your mind.
So good.
Oh.
Sarah Brightman, I miss you. Okay. God, that took me back too. I just had a real bad nostalgia trip. I guess it's time that I can't do poor grammar. I was gonna say it's time that we have given our final thoughts, but it's not. That's not right, and I don't like it, and I can't anymore. So
it's time to go home.
I need to take some sinus pills and take a nap, and by nap I mean go to bed. It's 8:50 p.m. Cheers. Okay, so I'm tired of talking about how old we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sick Squad, where 2 out of 3 members are either sick or just finishing being sick. Ooh. And then there's Amon.
Hi.
No more podcasts for me for the rest of the month.
Oh.
Well, we're not quite done yet.
Oh?
But we'll get to that.
Oh?
We're not quite done yet.
But
we'll get to that. Fucking New Kids on the Block now. God damn it.
Shut up. I love New Kids on the Block.
Uh-oh.
Donnie fucking almost stepped on me, and it was like one of the greatest times of my life.
Oh, damn.
Oh, local boys strike again.
God. Well, I know we talk about this when we talk about a lot of David Wald dubs or Lenti dubs. Madeline Morris too, now that I think about it. But these always seem to me like they are a labor of love. Like this was outsourced from Crunchyroll to an offshoot studio, which they don't do a whole lot this year. It's rough if you're an independent studio looking for contract work. But we were lucky enough to have Studio Nano get the rights to take care of this. And I love how everyone involved treated the source material. They treated it with respect. They treated it with kindness and care. Like it mattered. Like it wasn't just some throwaway thing. And I really appreciate that, because titles like Given, like Blew Into You, like Love Stage, I know I mention these all the time, Stranger by the Shore, they're all very niche. They have it's hard to break out from the audience that they're supposed to be dedicated for. And I appreciate that they treat them like the art pieces that they are, instead of just throwing together something for a quick laugh or a quick buck or to put on a bare bones Blu-ray set, So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody involved for once again pouring your hearts and souls and energies into this dub. It's very much appreciated, and it's also different from the ones that I've already seen from other BL shows. Like, Hitori Jime was kind of, but that was, like, way dramatic. This had drama, but it was, like, this is drama that I could actually see happening, like, in the real world, I guess. Mm-hmm. And those usually aren't my cup of tea, shockingly enough. Like, but this one, there's something special about it. There's something special about Given, considering the impact that it's had on so many people and the popularity that it's had in Japan, and that it came over here, and that, you know, everyone involved in it did their absolute best to make a dub that, you know, will stand the test of time and it will stand out. And I'm just hoping that people listen to this episode and hear from us, like, how much that we liked it and enjoyed it and, you know, care about it, that we want other people to watch it. And I just, you know, it's short, guys. It's 11 episodes and a movie. If you put the movie in, it's like a 13 episode series. That's like not even a season of Demon Slayer. Like, just take a couple hours out of your weekend and watch it. Do it for your girl Gigi. She's sick. Throw her a bone and a Sudafed. Like, come on. Like,
bone and a Sudafed. Jesus.
I've said bone way too many times in this episode, so I'm gonna stop and say cheers to everyone involved, and I will pass the microphone to whoever would like to talk next.
This show is lovely. Again, this is the first time I've been able to watch it completely all the way through, because a couple years ago I only got halfway through it. But I'm probably going to be echoing a lot of things that Gigi said, because a lot of care and attention was put into this show, and it truly is a labor of love. The freaking madman genius that is our Rainbow Overlord has struck gold again. The downside, though, is that it's a shame that because it is a niche property, and because, like our conversation earlier, of everybody just, our attention spans are just garbage these days, that now the dub has kind of just flown under the radar. More people should watch this show. More people should watch the dub, because the dub is just beautifully done. It's this, we're gonna go with more music puns, ladies and gentlemen. It's this beautiful harmony of all of these voices and pieces falling into place, creating such a beautiful song and a beautiful melody. And so this is one you really shouldn't sleep on 100%. And I swear to God, if the new movies and shit do not come over here to us in good old North America, and they don't let these guys dub it again, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed, because I can't imagine at this point continuing with Given without this cast and without what was done with this show. So yeah, please go watch it. Please go fucking watch it. It's again, it's a Saturday it's gonna take you a Saturday afternoon to watch it, with the show and the movie. Like, just do it, please.
What they said, the show is great. I'm often kind of picky about music shows, because a lot of music-centric shows often center around music that I often don't particularly care for. Not like it's bad, just like I kind of have a sniff test for some of these, which is basically, would I listen to any of this music independently of the anime? Ooh. Plenty of shows don't pass that. It's not their fault. Just like, this is not music I would listen to in my spare time. I would listen to music from this in my spare time. This is good.
Yay!
And the dub, I think we've made clear the dub's fantastic. This is really well executed. It's perfect. I am tempted to watch this OVA that's on Crunchyroll, but a part of me is like, oh, but it might get dubbed. And like, it's probably short enough that I wouldn't mind double dipping, but like, oh, I really want to watch it dubbed. Why can't a dub exist for it? This is wonderful. We'll wait. You hear that,
We'll wait
Crunchyroll?
patiently.
You hear that? That's a promise and a threat.
We'll wait. After we just slammed your Blu-ray authoring skills, yeah, we'll wait for that OVA to get dubbed, and you can put it as a bonus feature on the next movie. Just saying. Okay.
Yep.
Come on, Crunchyroll, give it to us.
Yes.
God, that was so good. I love Given. Thanks, guys, for doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I hope all the song puns didn't get to you.
I wonder how far our counter has gone up to at this point.
I don't know, but I can't wait to see. I hope you guys put your guess in the comments before, and then we'll see how close you are to the actual number.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you guys want to watch the Given dub, you can watch it streaming on Crunchyroll for the 11-episode series. If you buy the Blu-ray of the movie, you can also watch it dubbed there. The dub is not streaming for the movie, in English anyway, on Crunchyroll, but you can watch it in subs if you should so choose.
Please note though, if you are the kind of person who needs to have like translated text from like cell phones and shit, you're better off getting the home video release of both the show and the movie, because the streaming service Crunchyroll, they don't fucking do that for the show. It's stupid.
There are text messages that go unread and unsubbed unless you're watching it on the Blu-ray. So
correct.
There's that. Other than that, I want to thank OtakuAnthony for requesting this episode on Patreon, because this was on my list. But as you can tell, I only come out of the cave when like something special happens, aka Patreon, or it's a 6-episode OVA Gunbuster. Which, now that I think about it, might have also been a Patreon episode. See, this is what I do. I just come out of the cave for the people who pay.
Listen, we still got to sort out ladies' night here, so.
Oh, we do. There is actually, this is not our special surprise, but there is a 3-part ladies' night marathon coming
in the works
by fall. I'll say by fall.
By fall, especially because Summer's gonna be involved with Summer at the movies as per usual.
Yeah, that's the other thing I do, short things. This is how we live our lives. Well, how I live my life, because I'm super busy. I'm sure y'all are super busy too, and you don't want to hear us talking any longer, but I would like to thank our wonderful, wonderful patrons at our $5 tier. We have Marissa Lenti, Megan's mom and dad, and Michelle Travis. And at our $10 tier, we have Anthony Brown, Carly Lesticow, Crimson Echidna, Quinoa Soup, and OtakuAnthony, who requested this episode. If you'd like to have the chance to request an episode for the next quarter, feel free to sign up to the $10 tier on Patreon. We'll take all the submissions, and then everybody votes. $10 and down, or I don't even know what the top number is. Is it 10? I don't know.
10 is the top tier, yeah.
10 is the top? Okay, so everybody votes to see who will come out on top and have the Patreon request winner. So we do these every quarter. It's when I come out of the cave. We have a good time, so thank you for that. If you'd like to support us in any other way, there's also a Ko-fi, the thing with the coffee cup where you pay $3. Y'all, I mean, it's less than a fucking digital download of a song. Remember when they used to be 99 cents? Oh my god, I'm old.
Oh my god.
Man.
Fucking iTunes, man.
Right? Remember when iTunes was called iTunes? Yeah.
Oh my god. It's Apple Music now, too. Fuck. You wanna know some horse shit? Speaking of Apple, small side tangent. I can't have the Spotify desktop version on my new Mac because it's like, nah, fam, we don't support this because you should be using Apple Music instead. It's like, you bitches.
Figures.
I can still do Spotify like on the fucking browser version, but still not as fun. I'm like,
Apple, why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be so like bricky? We don't like that shit unless it's a brick house. But
hey, gotta sneak one more in there.
No. Wait,
I do.
Wait, Apple, why you gotta be so rude? Why?
Ah, that was good.
Yes.
I would say I'll see myself out, but there's more to talk about. You can also follow us on social media at Dub Talk Podcast on YouTube. We live there, I guess. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, wherever your wonderful podcasts are sold or given for free, we're there too. Twitter, X, other places, Blue Sky, ?
Yes, Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitch, yeah.
The main shit. If you like tonight's episode, my name is Gigi, and you can follow me on Twitter at AnimePalooza, where I basically talk about One Piece, TCG, and how tired I am all the time. If you didn't like this episode, my name is Andrew, and you can follow me at MangaVan9000.
Yes! Yay! I'm glad we are canceling his ass again. I'm very happy because I asked for that request before we started recording. Okay, so before we started recording, Andrew texts me. He's at work right now, and he's like, "Hey, good luck with band practice. You're gonna rock it tonight. That much is a given." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, I hate you." So I asked if we could cancel him again today.
See, I worked it in. I worked it in, guys. I did the work. Can you work it? Doing
the Lord's work.
Amon got that jerk.
I got it.
Bye. Girl,
I got it after
bye.
I was saying something.
Okay, Stephanie, please plug yourself so I don't say bone anymore and whatever else I'm not supposed to say during this episode.
Gigi needs to go lay down. My name is Stephanie. I'm also sometimes known as Lilac. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm never referring it to its new name because it's always going to be Twitter in my brain. Twitter, Blue Sky, as well as on TikTok at Lilac Anime Review, with review being spelt Revue. I don't really use Twitter and Blue Sky that much. TikTok, I just scroll and say random videos, but I also post TikToks of either my cat or my escapade seeing theater. To which, man, a couple weeks ago I saw 2 national tours, one of Beetlejuice and one from Come From Away, and next weekend I'm going to Broadway to see the revival of Enemy of the People. So, yay.
I'm Amon. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky and places at AmonDuelUS. Duel is spelled with 2 U's. I talk about movies and comic books and shit like that. And I have a dusty old song for you. This is something that I was introduced to by my friend Rue, who, hey, you might be the audience for this out here. Do you like sort of weird gay porn with a lot of like horror and fucked up shit in it? Then you might like his stuff. Go find him at either Brew Fiction or Friction Press on various places. He's a cool guy. Anyways, I was working at a comic book store with him, and he taught me about something which I had not realized. Apparently, after the Arctic Monkeys had like a big hit with Do I Want to Know and stuff, they like didn't record anything for 5 years, and when they came back with an album called Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino, which is like a loose concept album set on a luxury resort on the moon, and it's all like space. What? It's all like space lounge music. It sounds great. Sounds absolutely nothing like their earlier material, but it is wonderful. So I'm going to recommend you just check that out because it is a fun time. And Arctic Monkeys, who we mentioned in the show already, isn't that wonderful? So go do that.
Yay!
I love how it all connects. Somehow a vital connection is made.
Yes.
No one. Did you get that one?
No.
No. Amon, no.
I don't think I did. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
That was a deep cut from Elastica called Connection.
Damn, I like Elastica too. I have to turn in my music nerd card now. That's so sad. Oh, well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think I'm turning in my Bonin card. Amon's turning in his music card. Steph can turn in her Broadway card. Just kidding. We're all coming back.
Hell no. Well, hold on.
Do you want to know why?
Amon can't turn in his music card just yet.
Oh no. Why?
Because we have a fun extra surprise to go with this.
I love surprises. What? Are we gonna sing?
No, I'm just gonna relay this as a bit of a story. So, a few months back, a certain individual actually reached out to us regarding Given and seeing if we would ever talk about it and maybe potentially talking to this individual in an interview setting. Ironically enough, a week or two after that, Given won the freaking patron's choice. So then I had to almost immediately go back to this person and be like, hey, so about Given. So, surprise, boys, ladies, gentlemen, and my non-binary bitches and hoes. And bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. That's the fucking sentence. God damn it. We're gonna be talking to David Wald again, actually.
Oh my god!
Look forward to that coming up almost immediately following this, I would assume. We're doing similar to what we did with Love Stage 5 years ago, where we are talking about both the show, but we're also talking to David a bit more to get more insight on the show, the process, and just have a fun campfire chat.
I can get my questions answered now. Suck it, Trebek.
But we're very excited. At the time of recording this, we're actually set to record with David on in 2 days on Wednesday. So we're excied.
Yeah.
I gotta get better. I gotta get better so I could sing his theme song and not sound like shit. David Wald, let's get dangerous. Ba-da-ba. You're welcome.
No, I think this is going to be the first time that Amon gets to interact with David too. So this will be fun for him.
So this is gonna be
because
good.
last time it was me, Gigi, and Megan. It was the ladies, so it'll be a fun time.
I can't wait.
You could probably pick his brain about music and stuff, because I believe he studied jazz originally.
There you go.
Jazz music. So you could pick his brain about things. I think that's what Jessie told Andrew and I when we saw her a couple years ago at Kineticon. Anyway, this was around the time when Stranger by the Shore was a thing, I think. But yeah, we're gonna be talking to David again. I'm so excited about it.
I hope y'all like the surprise. I've been holding it in for months and haven't said anything. All right, fam. Well, please stay tuned for that. It's probably coming sooner than you think. Thank you,
yes,
editor senpai, for knocking shit out the park really quickly. We appreciate you. And that's all we have. I'd say sing us out, but I can't. I mean, I could, but we could just. We could sing the most annoying song in the world.
Oh,
this
God.
is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and
goes on and on, my friend.
Some people started singing and not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is all right. I'm done.
This is the song that never ends.
Everybody,
goes on and on, my friend.
Only the dogs. Only the Neko.
I gotta. Please don't blow out your voice before we talk to David.
Okay, I'll shut up now. Thank y'all for staying with us till the end. It's the end. It doesn't
really matter.
Love your faces.
Rock over Boston, rock on Chicago.
Good night, everybody, and Otaku on, my friends.
Metal! That was bad.